Hi, I'm Beck and food's my life. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a decadent little sweet treat, and it's coming right up. So today I'm making Choc Caramel Tarts. Now these little sweet treats are perfect for any occasion. Parties or high teas would be perfect. But with Easter fast approaching, I thought these would be just perfect for a nice Easter celebration to have on the table as a little sweet. And I can get a little bit creative with the decorating by using some mini Easter eggs. Now these little Choc Caramel Tarts consist of 3 elements: a pastry cup, a caramel filling, and a ganache top. So 3 steps in today's recipe. First up, we're going to make the pastry. So I'm using my food processor today. And in the bowl, I'm going to add some plain flour, I'm going to add some cocoa powder, and a little bit of caster sugar. Okay, now we're going to whiz that up for 30 seconds just to make sure it's thoroughly combined. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is add some butter to bring this mixture to resemble a fine crumb. So don't forget, when we're making pastry, our butter always has to be chilled. Very important. So I'm going to add my butter in, and then I'm going to pulse this or mix this until I can see those fine crumbs. Alright, that's perfect. So now what we're going to do to bring all this together as a little dough is we're going to add 1 egg to the mix. Get that started, and when it all comes together, that's when we can stop processing. Okay, so next we're going to tip out those crumbs onto our working surface. And using our hands, we're just going to bring that together. Okay, then we're going to shape it into a small disc. And we're going to put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes to rest. So I'm just going to wrap it in some plastic wrap, and now I'm going to work on that caramel filling. Okay, I have a small saucepan on my stovetop now, and I've just adjusted that to a medium to low heat. In my saucepan, I'm going to add some brown sugar, some golden syrup, some butter, and of course some condensed milk. So now I'm just going to slowly combine these ingredients, allow them to melt, and I'm going to wait until this comes to a boil. Okay, I'm starting to see little bubbles, so I know that we're at the boiling point now. I'm going to pop my timer on for 10 minutes and just continue stirring, cooking this off until it gets nice and thick. Once it is cooked at the end of that 10 minutes, then I'm going to pop it aside and allow it to cool. Okay, while we're at the stove, I may as well go ahead and make our chocolate ganache. So I have another small saucepan here, and I'm going to bump up the heat to high. And I've got some thickened cream in here that I'm going to bring to the boil. Okay, my cream is just coming to the boil now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put off the heat. We don't need the heat anymore, but we're going to add some dark cooking chocolate. So I'm going to pop that in the pan, and I'll actually take this off the heat in a sec. First, I'm going to make sure all my chocolate is laying underneath that cream, because what we're going to do now is we're going to let the heat of the cream melt that chocolate for about 2 minutes. We're not going to touch it, just let it sit there for 2 minutes. Okay, now that that chocolate has had time to melt underneath all that nice warm cream, all we do to make the ganache is stir these two together. Just keep stirring, and eventually these 2 ingredients combine to make beautiful chocolate ganache. Beautiful and glossy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let this ganache just sit for a while, cool down in temperature so it becomes a little thicker. Okay, now it's time to roll out our pastry. So I'm going to put 1 sheet of baking paper down, and then I'm going to reserve another sheet of baking paper to put over the top of my pastry. Place that in the middle of our board, place our other sheet on top, And what we're going to do using a rolling pin is we're going to work from the center out, and we're going to work this until it's about 5 millimeters thick. So a nice large piece of pastry that we're going to then use to make our cases. Alright, now here I have a 24 mini muffin tray that I have greased with a bit of butter. What I'm going to do now, it's a bit of a process, but I'm going to use my 6.5 centimeter wide scone cutter, and I'm going to cut circles into my dough and use these pieces to line my mini muffin tray. So I'll just do one example here. Now this dough is very fragile, so just work very lightly to push this in. And there you have your first little pastry cup. Well, there you go. I was able to fill 24 mini muffin cups, and I'll tell you what, I even had some pastry to spare. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this in an oven that I have preheated to 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, or until they're firm to touch. Then I'm going to allow them to cool completely. Okay, my little chocolate pastry cups are now done, and they've had some time to cool. So now it's just a matter of grabbing that beautiful caramel that we made earlier and filling each little cup with some caramel. Now, if your caramel has seized up a bit, don't worry, because this is going to go back in the oven in a minute. So just take a little spoonful and fill each of these gorgeous little cups. Okay, so now that they're all filled, I'm going to pop these back in the oven for 5 minutes. Okay, so these have just come out of the oven now. The caramel is still really hot, and as you can see, they have just nicely melted into each one of those little pastry cups. So once this is completely cool, I'm going to top each one of them with some of that beautiful chocolate ganache that we made earlier.